Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's
Oh
up?
my
What's
gosh,
up?
we're here.
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
We
I haven't
trying.
recorded since last year, April. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
That's good. That's
Hey,
good.
I
that's
feel
good.
so good.
You seem kind of nervous though. What's going on?
Not really. I'm good. Not
Okay.
really. I'm just like I'm excited to be here. I really am. I was looking forward to this. Like,
Nice.
yeah, this is something I really
Congrats.
wanted to finish.
Congrats.
Thank you guys. Thank
Bravo,
you,
bravo,
thank you.
bravo, bravo.
So y'all, I know y'all last episode y'all see me with my co-host Ashley. Ashley will be here. So today I'm just here with, Steph Styles and friends.
Yeah.
Trying something different. Everybody have different
Hey,
schedule
what's
they
up,
work
what's up,
in.
what's
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nice.
introduce everybody to y'all. We're gonna start with Red Cat. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, please.
The biggest DJ. That's what you're gonna call me today, right?
Can you just
Shades
say your
on.
real name?
DJ Red Cat. That's what we're gonna go as, and we're gonna enjoy the name and pass on the news. All right, please
Oh
and
my
thank you.
gosh. And you have me, of course, Steph Styles. You have Cassandra here with us.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
And we have Nikki.
Hi
Fun-
guys, I'm Nikki.
All right, Nikki. All right, Nikki.
Hello.
Are y'all nervous?
Yes.
Is this
Oh.
your first
Hello.
time?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes.
just don't pay no mind to the camera. Like I'm trying not to look like, but it's just like let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what
We
we need
have
to
like
do.
3 Haitians and 1 Jamaican.
All
Yeah.
right.
What is those at? What's up?
What's-
What's up? January 1st was Haitian Independence Day. Yeah. So
Mhm.
shout out to the Zoes, Sak Passe,
Nah,
Naboule.
na boue soup too. Soup jumeau.
I didn't have no soup jumu.
Why
What?
not?
Where am I gonna get it from?
Girl,
I don't know how
could
to
have
You-
brought you some.
I'm
Yeah,
lost.
it's
Okay.
Wait.
Because I don't know what.
Okay,
It's
so
we're
it's
talking
all
about.
independent soup,
I'm
all
sorry.
right?
it's a soup that we make every first of the January, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Soup. It's
But-
called soup jumu.
Only once per year.
No,
That's
this is the thing. There's different household in Haiti that
Mhm.
actually do it every Sunday. And there's
Okay.
some that do it only once a year. Like my household is every year. But my boy, almost every Sunday you have it.
Mhm.
What's in this special soup?
I don't know how to
Mhm.
cook, so please talk to the
Really?
beautiful
I
ladies.
don't know how to
right
make that
So-
soup. Cassandra
Okay.
know how to make it.
So, from what I remember, the base is squash. Like, that's the
Okay.
actual soup, the squash.
Okay.
You can also add celery, carrots, potatoes, yam, plantain, green plantain, whatever type of meat. It could be beef, it could be chicken, and you got your noodles. Well, some people add noodles, some people don't add noodles. Personally, I love the noodles in my soup.
You guys cook
It
bush
tastes
meat
good.
as well?
What is bushmeat?
What's bush
The
meat?
Africans cook it.
Okay. Let's settle this right now. Let's settle this, y'all. Haitian food or Jamaican food?
Jamaican food.
Ha,
Okay.
Don't do that. I feel like Haitian food is better. I love Jamaican food, but it's just like we just have more options than you guys.
You know what?
But Jamaican food is good. I love me some stoopies. What's up?
Listen,
Dumpling.
Jamaican food is the best. Okay, you guys have options, but are you good at it?
Oh,
Girl, do you eat Haitian food? Ah, do you eat Haitian food?
A little bit here and there.
Maybe you never had it from you never had good Haitian food. I don't
Maybe.
think you ever
Maybe
had
not.
Haitian food. Honestly, I feel like when it's home cooked, it's better
Nah, I suppose
Mhm.
it's always gonna be better when it's
Okay.
home cooked.
than when you get it from a restaurant. I don't know.
One thing I could say with this Haitian and Jamaican food, like I said before,
Mhm.
Jamaican could get the oxtail.
yeah.
Y'all could keep the oxtail.
Yeah,
Y'all
keep
got
the
that going on.
oxtail,
The
the
jerk
jerk chicken,
chicken.
the jerk
Y'all got
pork,
no,
the
no, no,
ackee
not
and the
even
sausage.
jerk
Yeah.
pork.
Yes, we have it.
Y'all could
I
keep.
never had jerk pork
Peas.
from y'all.
Huh?
I never had jerk pork from Jamaican restaurants or anybody.
Nah, they
Yeah,
do. They
we-
do
we-
jerk
What's
pork.
this?
No, trust me.
They do jerk pork.
Y'all just
Jerk
gotta
pork
work
is
on
good.
the
I feel-
rice and the mac and cheese.
No,
That's
the
it.
rice-
No, well, I'm
rice
not
is
gonna.
a
Mac
no.
and
Mac and
mac
cheese
and
not
cheese
for
is not
them.
our thing.
It's not
Okay.
for them.
I'm not gonna claim that. It's
Mhm.
not our thing.
It's
Okay.
not.
Yes.
Rice
I feel
and-
like
We cook mac
Haitian
and
make
cheese,
the
but it's
best
just
mac
not
and
or-
cheese.
Right.
You know?
Everything else is like
Yeah,
chef
but
kiss.
that's not our thing.
Okay.
So what
I mean-
dish reminds y'all of home?
Huh. Let me see.
Don't kill me for saying this, but I'm not really a legume person.
Oh,
Wow.
You know what legume is? I don't know. Like
you haven't had the right leg yet.
no, listen.
I
My
don't-
grandma used to bust it down.
Mhm.
Rest in
Nah.
peace. But listen, I don't know. It's not really my thing.
Really?
It's really not my thing. I don't know.
So
I'm
what's
like
your
I'm a
thing?
lalo girl. Give me the
I don't like
lalo with
lalo.
the right
What
rice
is a
and
lalo?
put the. Oh,
What's
that's
it
the
called? What's it-
spinach.
What they call that leaf again?
That's spinach, no?
Spinach.
It's spinach.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot that.
I like
thought-
that with the right rice. Ooh, and put some seafood, some sea
Oh God.
crabs.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's what they call crabs.
I think so.
Hey.
I think so.
I'm
got a
not
lot of
even-
learning to
I'm not
Listen.
gonna-
I think so.
Stew peas reminds me of home.
I just,
Stew peas.
I just ordered some today and I did not eat it. I'm sorry. I'm
Why
like,
not?
not everybody could make stew peas.
Ooh, wasn't
It was
good.
no. I need dumpling in that. Like, what are you sending me?
Girl.
Yeah, what's
I
in
was so
stew peas?
mad.
I made a big pot of stew peas 2 days
Girl,
ago.
where's my
and
plate?
when I tell you that there was none left the other day because they ate it.
Wait, I didn't get any. Like what? Mm-mm. So what is? Let me ask you this. What is one thing people like misunderstood about your culture? We could start with the Haitian.
Nah, we could start with the Jamaican.
That we're
is
all
not-
ignorant.
I ain't gonna
that
lie.
is- That
Right
is
now,
true. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna
I
lie.
ain't gonna
Jamaican
lie,
or
y'all
Haitian when it
Jamaican-
comes to that.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't argue with Jamaicans. Y'all argue too good. I can
know
never
we
win
do.
that.
I know we do.
I
Oh
just
my
like,
God. It's
okay,
so
you
bad.
got it.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's so bad. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. Like
I'm supposed to.
we grew up like that. It's like we were born with tough skin. Basically, I could say we were born with it because, from birth, like, we really had to like get used to it. Like, we had to grow up with tough skin, and that is why I feel like we're like this.
For us Haitian, I think for us is the witchcraft.
The wishcraft,
Yeah,
yeah.
that-
Doesn't
that's
everybody
sticks around.
every Haitian do witchcraft? Like,
Yeah.
baby, everywhere
But
do
my
witchcraft.
thing is,
everywhere.
I'm confused because I don't know. Listen. This topic is not for me because I really don't believe in that nonsense.
What, witchcraft?
I'm not gonna say, because the Bible, tells us about certain things, but how are you doing witchcraft and you're poor? How are you doing witchcraft and
that is
you're
true.
hungry?
That is true.
But they sell their
That doesn't
soul.
even make no sense. For
What's it-
what
what's
though? To gain what?
To gain nothing.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
That's
there's no
that's
point
that's
in it.
crap.
But
It's
they're-
really
but in their
foolishness
minds, they
for
don't
me.
think that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
That don't
one
make
thing
no
I feel
sense.
like they feel like Haitian, like because you're Haitian, you just do.
I
voodoo.
don't think
Like,
that
no.
every Haitian
I feel like
do that, but it's just
every country, like
it
Africa-
doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Africa,
yeah, 'cause
what is
Jamaica,
that?
everywhere
Yeah.
they do witchcraft. I'm sorry.
But
One thing I can say for us is that we gained our respect throughout the years. And
Huh.
now everybody respects us because
They
couple
fuck with
years
us
ago,
Haitians.
they was making fun of us, calling us
scratchers.
dirty and all that stuff.
Wow.
you,
Now you see everybody like, where my Zoe's at, where my Zoe's
you
at.
know what's so crazy? It's just now recently a lot of people. You got like people always say you gotta have a Haitian friend or an African friend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But back then when I was in high school, there was none of that. It
There was
like,
none of that.
They didn't want to
Mhm.
be friends
Yeah,
with
they
us.
didn't want to be friends. Like
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't think
Because of the stigma
That's-
witchcraft.
Yeah. No,
not even that. Don't know how to dress. They've been saying that for Haitians and
I mean,
Just where we come from because,
Yeah,
we're
we
considered
come
the
from
poorest
the boat.
country.
I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's because you guys were poor.
Well, from my
Like
experience
the
in
older
high school,
folks have no sense of fashion whatsoever.
but I'm
To
talking.
be honest.
Yeah.
But-
But
let-
now, like this generation and the generation before this generation,
Mhm.
Mhm.
they get it.
If-
Yeah.
But before that, mm-mm.
But still, then if you talking
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, they were
if you
really
talking
mean,
like
though.
that, right? Let's say the Jamaican culture with the colorful jeans and
Yeah,
colorful
that's
stuff.
us bold as hell.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Which one is
might get
worse?
called out for that. But I ain't gonna lie. Jamaicans, y'all.
Yeah, we're bold.
Let me
Yeah,
tell y'all
yeah.
something. Y'all love some colors, bro.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
No,
colors.
I'll own.
Like, how you
I'll
putting
definitely
pink
own
and
that.
orange together? Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
What do you guys feel about like this year Black History Month? Does it feel the same?
No,
It was just swept under the rug this
Yeah,
year,
it-
honestly.
yeah.
No love.
Yeah.
No
It's
love
just-
whatsoever.
We
I
gave
feel
up.
like over the years,
We
like
stopped
it should have been
fighting.
bigger and bigger,
Yeah,
But
that is
now
true.
it's just getting, as she said, swept under the
Right.
rug.
Yeah, it's getting fade out.
Yeah.
Nobody pay
Yeah.
attention to it. So
It just I didn't
Yeah.
even know it was Black History Month. Honestly,
I forgot
It
too.
really didn't feel like it. It's just like
Yeah.
everybody's just so worried about what's really going on right now in the world. It's just like,
Mhm.
bro, it's just
Forgot
another
about
month.
it. Yeah.
Honestly,
It's because no one
Mhm.
really gives an F about us, and we're actually seeing it in real time, even though we're supposed to see it. a long time ago. It's just now everybody's waking up and noticing like nobody really cares about us. Honestly, this
Exactly.
month, this whole Black History Month was all propaganda to begin with. Like, why do we need a Black History Month? Like, we created everything. We are the culture, regardless. So
Yes.
I don't even think we need a month to recognize us, at least.
The only thing that happened that I can remember from last month, Black History Month, was the Kendrick Lamar, yes, his performance.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
for
Yeah,
Super
his Super
Bowl.
Bowl
Yeah.
performance. I could say, yeah, that he did that for Black History because
But
I
one,
know.
one thing. Black History Month isn't it supposed to be us Black people just
Yes,
celebrating.
but
Why
we're
are you just? I feel like it didn't make sense because it's just like he's basically dissing another Black man. I don't
Well, I
understand.
mean,
And
it,
it's like white,
it has
I-
its pros and cons, but I'm just saying, like, we as Black people, like, we should have like came out and like had our big celebration and had like our big speeches and rallies and just do our thing big. That's the reason why I mentioned Kendrick, because of his performance in front of millions of people.
Mhm.
So that's why I brought it up. Kendrick, yes, has its pros and cons in it, but
Yeah.
I expected us as Black people to do more.
Mm-hmm.
We
So
can.
I'm glad you guys bringing that up and what you said also about that. So I have a question. How do you feel about brands and corporations celebrating Black History Month? Do you feel like it's genuine or is just like
Nah. To me,
you know-
I don't feel like it's
No.
genuine. They're just trying to profit off the movement.
and
That's
I hate
happening.
that
Mhm.
for us Black people. We just don't really like Black people don't come together at all. And that's why other races is making money of us.
That's true.
Because just like we always fighting each other. We don't
Yeah.
support each other. So I feel like they use that as a way to just profit
Yeah.
off the
Mhm.
whole Black community.
Until we like rise up against mental slavery,
we
it
just
will
compete
always
with
be
each other.
cutthroat. Yeah.
Nikki has a point
Mhm.
with rising up, with mental slavery,
Yeah.
because a lot of the things that we do now stems from everything that happened 60 years ago.
Yes.
Literally.
So until then,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
Cutthroat.
honestly think, like you said, we keep fighting against each other. The thing is, we always been fighting. When are we
Yeah.
actually gonna rest?
fighting.
Yeah.
Like, we
Relax.
always kept fighting.
And it's crazy. Like I be looking at Jewish people, like the way they just come together.
yes.
Mhm.
Like, oh my
They
God.
have their
you
own
cannot break
community.
them.
It's
Let me
so
tell you
big.
something. They have their
It's-
own cops, everything. Like, you cannot break that community.
Yeah.
They literally come together. Black people is just like, you cannot be like, let's say just like you're rich and stuff like this, another Black person, they just look at you like, okay, because you have that, they don't have it, it's an issue. Jewish people, they come together.
Yes. They
Like,
do.
I want to know how you got to that. Like, I want to know how, like, just show me your ways. Like, I don't know. I feel like Black people, we're the reason why a lot of these brands is playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
We've been selling ourselves from
And it's so sad.
since forever.
Yeah.
It's I don't know until we rise up, against that.
Mhm.
That
This is just
situation
crazy
is
for
a
me.
dog
I
eat dog.
feel like
Mhm.
I feel like now, like they should do like a class. Have like a whole class or event on like or mentality or mindset where it's at, like how to get us to like open up and talk and get us out of where we're at.
Mhm.
I feel like that will help. You see how some people, well, not some people. You see how they talk about therapy and
Mhm.
I know therapy is good. I feel like it's something like that,
Oh,
a
okay.
way or means of expressing ourselves. Like have a big rally where a lot of people can actually sit and express themselves, because a lot of people are shy and afraid to say certain things. But when it's a lot of other people saying the same thing, then they're quick to actually speak out on it.
I feel yeah.
So until we do that, I feel like until we do that, I know they won't do that in schools or whatever, but I feel like maybe in the churches and the households, and they should have like a topic.
But regardless of the fact, I feel like the school should get involved too. So
I know,
They
but
gotta
that's-
start-
that's
they
another
gotta-
story though.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
that's
like, I'm not
sad.
even going there.
Schools are
because-
not the same anymore.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
these kids don't be learning.
or maybe us
anything.
as parents,
I'm
like we
sorry.
could start from now, like
Exactly.
teaching our kids now.
Starts in the household.
It starts in
Some
the
parents
households
do it,
too.
and shout out to them.
Yes.
Some of them are very strict on that. Like, they don't play
Yes.
about it because
Yeah.
you're gonna learn this.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. So It's just too much. I just feel
Yeah.
like we play with ourselves too much. Like it just makes
Yeah,
no
we do.
sense.
Until we
honestly.
evolve, it's gonna always be like this. We're gonna always be fighting.
Mhm.
We just have to, and as Bob Marley states, mental slavery is what really, holds us down.
Keeping us down.
We
Mhm.
just have to get rid of mental slavery, and we'll be great.
Mhm.
Gotta rewire your brain.
Yeah, we gotta rewire it. That's it.
Mhm.
So what's your guys' take on canceling culture versus like holding people accountable when it comes to race issues and was there ever been a time like where you didn't realize something was racist until later? Has anybody been racist towards y'all? I've never gone
No,
through that.
I've never gone through that.
I
I
don't
feel like I've
know,
experienced
I
it.
have no
Experience it?
experience.
I
in that department.
I realized I experienced it when I was like looking for an apartment 2 years ago. They say
They could-
you gotta
yeah,
make X
apartment,
amount of
yeah.
money, check. I even had savings, check,
Mhm.
right? And your credit score had to be like 700 above, check.
Mhm.
And you're telling me that I can't rent this apartment because what, you just wanted to go with a different tenant? Like, no, doesn't make any sense. I'm showing you I can make the payments. I have savings. I have an excellent credit score. And yet you decide not to choose me. I feel like it has to do with racism. And I've
Mhm.
dealt with it multiple times. That's when I actually realized, I'm like, is it because of the color of my skin? Like, I don't know. You could call my landlords. They'll say, oh, she's a great tenant, but you still won't pick me? You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I feel like I dealt with it, but it didn't really like bother me too much. It was just like, oh, this is real.
Well, I'm
'cause-
sorry you
yeah.
experienced that.
I
I've
grew up
never
like I
experienced
grew up in a predominantly like Caribbean, Latin, where we come from,
Mhm.
community. Yeah, we had the juice around or whatever, but that's what I grew up around. That's what I saw. And I had like white teachers, yeah, but I've never really experienced, I never knew that I would experience this firsthand, But cancel culture does not exist. They just doing shit just to
People
do it.
always canceling somebody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel like us black people are always ready to cancel somebody when we should be canceling ourselves for not being like,
always.
just sticking together.
Yeah.
Always, I
We're
want to
quick
cancel this
we're
person.
quick to do it, and
Like-
we're not perfect. We're like we all make
Exactly.
we
mistakes.
judge so
oh
my
yeah.
god,
We're
we're very
yeah,
judgmental.
We're very
Very
judgmental.
judgmental.
And I mean, why do we expect that person to be perfect? But
Right.
you're not.
It's
Mhm.
almost as if they want the power to feel as though they can condemn somebody.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
they're
Yes.
God. Then they won't see it that way. But if you want to really bring yourself into
Yes.
reality, why do you feel as though you need to cancel somebody because, they tweeted something, they said something, but yet you're not looking at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself,
Exactly.
like, okay, I've been a bad person too. Nobody's
Mhm.
canceling me because nobody doesn't know. Nobody's
Right,
focused
right.
on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are really good at hiding stuff that
Yeah.
they do. So they literally just be judging people. And
Yes.
I don't know. I don't believe in that whole canceling culture thing because
Yeah.
it's like we all make mistakes.
Exactly.
We all
Yes.
do.
We
Like
all
we're
do.
we're all imperfect. Like
Now
we
there's
all
some
do.
things that can't be brought back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how you're gonna get back from
Yeah,
doing
saying certain
what you was
things.
doing or saying what
Mhm.
you was doing because you meant it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there are some people who just honestly just made a mistake, or like even with the racist tweets, like they go back to like 2012. People evolve and people learn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like just because they said something racist doesn't mean that they still stand on it now. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah,
And
it's
people
true.
don't give other people a chance to have that platform to really explain themselves.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like just us as black people is just like, it's like we just got to stop with the cancel culture. It just doesn't make sense. It's like
Yeah,
everybody
it
just want to
doesn't
hop on
make
a
no sense.
bandwagon. They want to stand for something. It's like you just
Yeah.
We
Just
just
wasting
be
your
worried about the wrong
Yeah.
things in life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
it's not like
to
they
y'all.
not still getting money. And it's usually with the celebrities. It's like it's not like y'all really stopping their bag. Like
You're not. They
They're
not.
not.
yeah.
I don't see why that even exists, to be honest, because there's no movement that happens
There's a
from
lot of
it.
people
Mhm.
behind keyboard, board.
This is
that
me
doesn't
bored,
have a life.
honestly. Just instead of
Yeah,
just
that's it.
teaching, like whoever's like, some people make mistakes when it comes to like the whole race thing. Instead of teaching them, it's just we're just so quick to judge.
Yeah.
It's like whatever we know, why can't we just pass on? But wait, hold on, y'all. Let's get a little heat in here. Who going to Bob's Cartel concert?
I don't know.
Cause baby, them prices. It's good, man. I'm gonna be outside Chick-fil-A. Listen,
You know, the Saturday concert is actually pretty cheaper than the Friday concert.
how much?
What, $2 off?
Nah. Nah.
What we doing?
Nah. I've been like looking at the tickets, you know, comparing them. from
What's
one
the
another.
price, girl?
I don't know. You'll have to look for yourself and compare with the seats, but it's cheaper on a Saturday than a Friday.
If it's not $300, that is not.
It's because
cheap.
Friday's like his first night, his big night. So of course everybody wants to be there.
On
Listen, no
Friday.
disrespect. I love Vybz Kartel. I respect him, but I feel like the concert is more like you paying to see other artists perform. Like he can't really do much anymore. Like he's great. I'm sorry. Like I think he's great, but it's just like the Freedom. Was it Freedom Street?
Freedom Street.
It was basically other artists performing for him.
I mean,
That's one. Cartel have a lot of features too.
he has a
so
lot of
Mhm.
features, and on top of that, he can give us a good 2-3 hours. I feel like
You think
that's
it's
good.
worth the money?
He's going straight to
I
the
think
hospital
what
with
it
that
really
2-3 hours.
is
Bro.
is this
Cartel
is how I
I
look at
mean,
it.
okay, so he has cheap tickets because I know someone that told me that they bought a ticket for like $200. I
Uh-huh.
know that's
Where
behind
they
God
sitting?
somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the
Where you
nosebleeds
gonna
for
be
sure.
sitting at?
But you can buy a $200
Yeah.
ticket. It's just that you be watching the screen.
But the thing is, I feel like people are just people are excited to come because he's really bringing a community. Like
Together,
he's
yeah,
a,
that's
like
fun.
I was listening to Vibes since I was like 8 years old. What am I doing? Listening to Vibes, doing my little
Listen,
wine,
a lot of
1, 2.
these
You know
people
what I'm
they want to
saying?
go. There's this one specific song that a lot of you guys are waiting for him to perform.
Which one?
Wanna put it in, yeah.
No, is it called the Brooklyn Anthem?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
90s,
which one is that?
90s.
Which one is
that?
That's
From
90s. Yeah,
Some
that's
Which
a,
one is
some
that?
shit.
that's,
I don't know.
that's a,
I
Bro-
haven't
that's a
heard it.
true
90s,
Brooklyn
like a what,
anthem, man. I'm not
something.
even gonna lie to you.
I
That
don't know.
that
Like,
right
I don't know the
there,
words
it's
to that
more like a
song,
gangster
but,
song.
you know.
It's not a female song. It's a gangster song.
No, like listen, I went to get my makeup done last week, and the makeup artist she said, "Listen, that's the song I'm going to hear."
No, I'm saying
That's
for
the song she's going for.
There's
She
a
want to
lot-
hear. She said, "Listen, I can't wait to hear that song. That's the song I want
Listen,
to
let
hear."
me tell you
performed."
because
something. If
it's
you're
in
watching
Brooklyn.
this-
It's in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and that song was very big in New York.
Mhm.
So people are looking
Listen,
forward to
my-
hear that song.
My
Yeah.
brother,
Everybody singing it along.
my
so,
brother
Yeah.
told me that his manager is white, right?
Uh-huh.
And he bought his ticket. He paid $1,200 for his ticket,
Mhm.
and he only knows 2 Vybz Kartel songs.
What, Fever?
But he's there
Don't
for
tell
the
me
vibes.
Fever.
So what?
Fever
Just
in
the same
90s.
Brooklyn anthem and clocks.
That's
Listen,
And
crazy.
if
he's
you're
going.
watching this, I'm not gonna pay for my own ticket. But if you wanna bring me, if you wanna
Exactly.
take me as a date, I'm open to
No,
go.
we're
Like,
all
you don't have
us
to.
3
You
are
see,
open.
you see,
Yeah.
you see, you see how
We could
selfish
go.
this is, right?
Oh, you could
Look
come
out!
too.
They
I
could
need
call.
I need a ticket, okay?
They could call for a sugar daddy and all that. Look at me, I'm sitting here and
It's just
I
for
can't
one
get
day.
nothing. I can't
Just
get
for
nothing.
just for the concert. After that, you can go home, sir. Thank
You
you.
get good
Thank you for your
energy.
services.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Thank you.
I give off good energy too, so you might
But
as
speaking
well.
of Vybz Kartel,
Get
what do you
me a
guys think?
ticket.
You think we're in a worse music era right now? Like, what do you feel about the music nowadays?
Caca.
Papa Mem,
Good
my
caca.
poor-
There's some good
Good
caca.
caca. What the
But-
hell is a caca?
Poo poo.
Oh my god.
Kaka is poo poo.
Let me tell you something. My parents, your parents,
Mhm.
all our parents, right?
Mhm,
When our music
mhm,
came on, when we were going to high school and we were lit, they
mhm.
said our music was trash.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
Now, as we get older, we're saying that the music now is also trash.
No, but it's horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to
Yeah.
you.
But for the
It's-
but
it's
for the
very
younger
bad.
kids, they love it.
It don't
Listen,
make,
all
but
you
their
need
brain
nowadays
cells
is a
I mean,
beat.
it's
connection.
crap to us.
it don't make
No, but their
sense.
brain
Even the
cells
lyrics
is a
don't
little
make
off.
sense.
All you need is a beat. Listen,
beat
I'm ready
makes
to go
sense
in
to
the
them.
studio. What's up? Sign me.
Beat
Okay.
once you get a good
No, but
beat.
it makes sense to them. I mean, honestly, it is crap. But our parents used to say the same thing about our music.
Mhm. It's a cycle. It's an ongoing
It's
cycle.
an ongoing cycle.
But I feel like it's getting worse.
but it's getting
though.
worse.
Like
People
I
are
can
making
see
TikTok
how
music.
Yeah,
That's
I can
what it
see
is.
how our sounds
They
back
just
then
wanna.
can
yeah.
can have our questions parent, but like I can have our parents question the type of music we was listening to back then.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I'm still a little hip, And I think I'm like a little musically inclined or whatever. But when I'm listening to this, I'm like,
Okay, Miss Musically
what
inclined.
is this? I
Listen,
think we've
I-
taken too many shortcuts.
That's true.
Oh, let me give you a perfect example. So y'all know that song with that girl, she cannot sing.
Which one?
It's the one Nikki
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So I was talking to my boyfriend. I said, she really can't sing, but back then, like, you could really get away with that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Now you cannot get away with that.
You can't.
You cannot get away with not singing. But she had rhythm. She had a vibe. She had something like different.
What happened to Ray J?
Oh.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Yo, Ray J, what happened to him? Like,
It's all
now I
out.
feel like,
Oh
was
my
were
God.
were they using auto-tune for him the whole
Oh
time?
my God.
No, I think Ray J could actually sing.
So what happened?
He just, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Well, allegedly, they saying that he's like doing drugs. Allegedly.
So the
it
drugs
can
mess
it can mess with your vocal cords.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it can mess with your vocal cords.
Oh.
And plus, I don't even think he was really taking his lessons continuously, like in his
Mhm.
adult years. I feel like he just.
But maybe
He
he
gives
just
up.
couldn't
Yeah.
sing because
Mhm.
once you can sing, it's gonna stay with you. I mean, it may not be perfect because you need the classes and stuff to keep up with it. But I don't know, something
don't know.
happened.
Listen, as a hairstylist, let me tell y'all something. All these music y'all dropping, it's cool, whatever. When it comes to me making reels on Instagram, just have a clean version for us. Cause,
Yes.
cause I cannot do. I can't even say the word.
What?
Like, I be having people that follow me on Instagram.
Mm.
They older,
Mm.
and it's just like, damn, I'm dropping. Like, I love Glorilla, but someone's like, let's see this, let's see that. I'm like, damn. Like, I be like, it's trending. I want to use that on my client, but it's
Yeah.
just.
But
It's
Oh
too
my
Yeah.
God, it's
vulgar,
too much. Like,
vulgar.
give
Yeah.
us
Get
a
it.
clean
Yeah.
version, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. That's all.
So
I'm
you want
asking
every
for.
time they drop a song, they do
Yes.
the clean version for it.
We used to do it
But
back
but
then.
we still do it. Dancehall music. We
Dancehall,
still do
yes,
it.
you
Yeah,
guys
because
still
you
do
can
it,
search
yeah.
the raw version or the clean
Mhm.
version.
Yeah.
nah, dancehall still do it.
Yeah, we still
some
do it.
hip hop songs actually do that, but
But the hip hop
majority of the trap or drill coming out, they
They don't care.
nah,
They don't care
they
nothing.
hit
Y'all
really.
still listen to drill music? I stopped
Yeah.
since what's his name? Somebody used to do drill music.
Oh,
A guy.
Excuse me.
Who was the last
I
drill
don't
music? I
listen
think
to
Cardi
drill
B. That was the
drill
last
music.
drill.
I don't even think she's a
oh,
drill
yeah,
rapper.
she's not a
She
drill
has a
rapper.
drill
She
song.
had I think that was Flacco. He's in
Uh-uh.
jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in
Oh.
jail now.
Yeah.
You talking about?
Chief Keef don't.
I
He
love
don't
me some
do
Chief
drill.
Keef.
I do too. I used to have a crush on him in high school.
You
Oh,
see
God.
Led Women.
If you see this,
When I'm cruising, when I'm driving, I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm not even
Mhm.
gonna lie. Like, I literally was just like, music doesn't really move me anymore. Unless I'm working out, but I'm really mostly listening to the beats,
To the beats,
when
yeah.
I'm working out,
my playlist is literally R&B, like Erykah Badu.
Wow.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Oh no.
If I don't go out,
I
I
have
don't hear it. That's why I'm
gospel
like,
playlist. I have the
I have
gangster
that
playlist.
said
And I have
gangster?
the raw
I can't
dancehall
do it
playlist.
no more. If I'm
Listen.
not outside, I can't. Like,
Yes.
and that's why, like, when I go on Instagram, I'm trying to post reels or TikTok. Like, I'm like,
You can't
they
find
trending.
a
I
song.
don't want to put the song. Those songs be coming up because they're trending. I'm like, damn, like, come
You don't
on.
even
There's
know them.
grown people
Yeah.
on my page.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Doesn't
right.
Like,
represent
give,
you.
give, give me a
Doesn't-
clean version. Like,
Yeah,
come on. Like, this
exactly.
is just too much.
All y'all
Now-
drill rappers out there, please come out with some clean versions, all right? These little kids don't
The
need to be
rappers.
knowing all these lyrics.
Mhm.
Come out with them
How
clean
y'all
versions.
feel about them kids be singing these songs all over TikTok?
I can't judge too much.
Well, this is not
because
my kids, so yeah.
When I was a kid, I was singing certain songs. However, I knew my place.
Mhm.
I knew my place.
Listen.
I wasn't going on social media posting what I was saying or doing. It was just amongst, like, friends. You know what I'm saying? I knew my place. Now, put my hands up. I don't know.
Yo, these
If
kids
him
be on
left on my
these kids be on TikTok, Instagram, like just going. I'm like, where's your
Too much
parents?
access.
Too much.
I was
That's
just
the
talking-
problem.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Too
problem.
much
Yes.
access.
When we was
Yeah.
growing up, having phone was like in the teen, like
Mhm.
talking about like 14, almost 15. That's when you have a phone. But now,
Mhm.
everybody, you start from
Yeah.
young.
They turn
Yeah.
8, they got a phone. I'm like,
Start from young to
Eight?
have a phone.
No,
it's
from
a
4.
from
Five.
I think
Tablet.
3
Tablet,
tablets.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all
iPad
that.
is
They have the
okay.
tablet
I
since
think an
from
iPad
birth.
is okay.
They have
Yeah.
they have the iPad from birth, but a real phone from 4.
See, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you giving your child an iPad, you need to be putting them in a coding class. I'm gonna tell you this right now because we need engineers. Okay, that's what we need. We need more of those. If you think you want to give your child an iPad at young, you need to put them in a coding class. All
See,
right.
since you're
That's-
even saying that, I want to
Yeah.
ask this question.
Mhm.
Right now, in this time that we in, right, I feel like going to college is not even needed anymore, to be honest.
It was never.
You
needed.
could go to trade school and still turn out to be fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people fail to understand that there's shortage of
Oh.
pilots.
Mhm.
There's a lot of trade school that's doing aircraft maintenance and stuff like that. Within like 18 months, you're done. You're gonna have a real good, decent job in your hand.
Mhm.
Honestly,
But people fail to understand. They talk about trade
I
school.
mean-
They don't feel comfortable, or it's just a trade school. Da da da. But
You
I feel like people that do go to university is most likely you going there for the title.
not necessarily.
Yes.
My son goes
I
My
understand.
son go.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying in most cases, yes. But my son goes to school and he's doing artificial intelligence. Is there a trade school for that?
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
but you would have to go to school for
You-
that anyway.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need a degree
So
for that.
he
But-
right. So in some cases, I agree with you, but not all. So I mean, it's for some people. It might not be for everybody. Some people go there just for the name, but some people really have to go there for the education.
So
Yes.
if I say school is a business now, taking your funds for what? A paper?
I mean,
Yes.
you
I can
you don't
speak
know
for
where you
myself.
want to stand right now because you trying to do
It's
both
iffy.
sides.
No,
It's
no,
gonna have to
no,
take a
because both
side.
sides make no.
They-
I can't. No,
They're both
It is-
valid.
it
They're
is-
both
they're
valid.
both valid. I can't invalidate both of y'all's
I
positions.
look
on
at it.
this.
Sorry, I look
Mhm.
at it as an investment into my child because I'm
Mhm.
paying for everything up front.
Oh,
So
okay.
when he leaves school, he won't have any student loans or any debt, nothing. Right?
Yes.
Mm.
I want to create generational wealth
Mm.
for my son, my family, and for his family when the time comes.
See, I want to say something. Where's the camera? The camera's here.
Mhm.
I want to say this. You hear this, right? She paying everything out of pocket. So that mean
Yes,
that
I
Vibes
am.
Cartel ticket, I better be going with you because you got the money.
Yo,
She
Nikki,
got
can you
money.
bring us?
She got money. So I want to enjoy it too.
Mm-mm.
Listen, what I can say, speaking from experience, right? Going from what you saying, a piece of paper, you make an investment. I came from nothing. I put
Mhm.
myself through college because I knew that if I put myself in certain rooms, I would get there. Being that I come from a place where there's you don't know where you're gonna go, honestly, right? I had to really think, okay, this is an investment for myself, but also depending on what school I go to,
Yeah.
that piece of paper can get me into certain
To
rooms.
certain rooms.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
It matters. But also
Exactly.
back to what you're saying with the trade school, right?
Yes. For
Mhm.
some, yeah.
I feel like you're really directing towards those who don't want to go to college but aren't thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have
Yeah.
to love it, but at the same time, if you really want to, survive in this economy, you're going to need skills, okay? And you're going to need to hone them skills, all
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And also, people aren't thinking about who they're going to meet. They're not thinking strategically with their life. It's just they want to jump on one bandwagon, another bandwagon, but they're not thinking, okay, if I can put myself in these rooms, if I can put myself through this trade school to learn something so that I can do this and do that and build some type of generational wealth for my family, then okay, let me do it. Let me take this risk. But
Yes.
they're not thinking they're not thinking bigger. That's the problem. I agree with the trade schools. Like, you can be a plumber and make $200K a year,
Yes.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Especially
But these kids aren't thinking about that. I don't want to be pushing out poop out of toilets. Well, listen, if you do, you're going to make some money, some good money at that. And also, you could start your own business. That way, you don't have to be the person
pushing
that's
it out.
pushing it out.
Mhm.
You got
Yes.
other people pushing
Doing
it
it
for
for
Exactly.
you.
You know what I'm
Exactly. Yeah.
saying? But
Mhm.
they're not thinking like
They're
that.
not
Their
thinking
brains
like
are
that.
wired in a way where it's like, I want to rap. I want to be a TikToker. And
Oh,
it's
But
Lord.
all that is based on social media.
It's
and
social
Yeah,
media.
social
having
media.
it from early.
Mhm.
So that's just, I don't know, man.
It's
I
sad.
don't know.
And I do agree. You don't need a college degree to be successful in life. There's so many college dropouts that are literally
That are
like flourishing,
yes.
in
that are wealthy.
the society that are wealthy. I listened to the Dave Ramsey show, y'all. If y'all want to take a listen, they drop some really good gems. There's actually a college dropout on that show that's doing really well for himself, just FYI. But anyway, like, you know, you don't have to go to college to succeed. However, you need to work, like, gain some skills, do something
Yes,
with your
yes.
life so that you can teach your children, so that they can teach their children, and then they can teach their children. You get what I'm saying? You think being not saying no influencers, it's okay to be an influencer, but for me personally, I always say this, you know, yeah, I'm in the 9 to 5 type of space.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm still working on me being an entrepreneur so that either way I can go back and forth.
Back and
If
forth.
the 9 to 5 don't work, the entrepreneurship will work.
Exactly.
If the entrepreneurship don't work, I got the 9 to 5. I got those
Yes.
skills. You know, you gotta level the playing field.
Yep.
You know, at some point, you know, these kids, they
Gotta
just
have something to fall back on.
exactly.
I
You
want
have
to
have
say
something to fall
this
back
since
on.
you brought that up, because I was having a conversation. I hope he don't feel away when he listens to this. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and I was telling him how, like, I want to do hair, and also I'm trying to get this degree and stuff like this. And he was just so against it. He was like, "Why?" I feel like people who go for that, they just go for it for the money. I said, no, I want to, when I'm tired of doing hair, I could just be like, let me go clock in and get a little hours, because you
Mhm.
don't know what I go through as a hairstylist.
Mhm.
You're a nail tech. You know,
I
dealing
know.
with different personalities.
It's rough. It's
It is rough. And
very
it's not even
hard.
about that. It's not even about that. It's me wanting to, like, listen, I could still have that degree and I have a shop. And then I have people working for me, and I could still be working. I have other
You
people
want to be able
working
to
for me.
pivot.
And
Like,
he did
exactly.
not understand. He's like, I don't think so. I think you should
Oh, I
just
don't think
keep
so.
doing this. I'm like, well, this is my
Oh,
decision
no.
to make. I feel like that's what
Uh-uh.
I have to do. But he said he feels that way because he feels like everybody that go for that in that field, they just go for the money. I said, well, I'm not everybody.
Exactly.
And if you go to school, you learn something, you paying for that school, you want to make money. That's why
So
you
I
go.
was just
there.
thinking that,
The
like,
doctors and the
who go to
lawyers,
school
most
and
of
then
these
come
doctors
out and don't want to
lawyers,
make
they
money.
going for the money.
You want to be
but
in
they
school
good
for
at
4
it.
years and then just
Yeah.
after you get your degree, you want to sit on your ass? No,
Yeah.
I want to make.
You wanna make money. That's
That's
why I'm
Elijah. Like, what are you
He
talking
said
about?
what?
And he
All those
felt that
people
way.
who what? Who
People
go-
that go like anybody that people that go for that degree that
they're going to
specific,
make money.
they just want to make money,
But,
you
of
know.
course.
And I'm just looking at, I'm like, it's not even
Of
about
course,
that. It's
though.
about the money. But then again, just like, I want to go back and forth. Like, sometimes I'm tired of doing hair. I'm like, bro, I don't want to be around clients. I could just go, like, let me just clock in for 2 days and I'm set for the whole month. Like,
You said
hello.
Caribbean?
2 days.
Haitian.
You know what? Let me
Okay.
tell
And
you
I'm
something,
like-
because you know our Haitian parents was telling us we gotta be this, that in order to
What?
make money. So that's like literally
I was
embedded
just-
in us.
We was literally going back and forth, and I'm just like, listen, at the end of the day, this is my decision. I have a plan. This is what I see is gonna happen when I do go for that. So I'm gonna stick to that.
Of
And
course,
I'm
yeah.
just like, this conversation is over. This is my life at this point.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say.
Okay,
Like, I
big
didn't mean
boss.
to be rude. I don't know if it
Okay.
came out being rude, but I'm like,
I don't think it's
I'm being
to be
honest
rude
with
at all.
everybody this
Yeah.
year. I don't care.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Just stay in your place. I stay in my place.
Well,
You don't have to understand. Everything's not for everybody to understand,
Yeah.
and it's okay.
That's okay.
I have some question, ladies. Well,
Yes.
and gentlemen.
no.
So, what is one thing society can do better to support women today?
That's a question for you guys.
You too.
Do you love women?
For me,
Huh.
Yeah.
can't live without them.
Okay.
Oh.
Can't
Exactly.
live without them.
So, what can you do
So
That's
what do you think society can do better to better
support
support
us?
us? You know, better support your sisters, your
What
mother,
are they lacking?
your future daughters.
What they lacking?
Oh, Lord.
I don't even know what
is
they
it? You
lacking.
touched this already?
To be honest,
Mhm.
I don't know what they lacking, but I'm still thinking. I'm still gonna think and trying to figure it out. But at the moment, I'm gonna give you guys a head start
I mean,
and
just
come back to me.
just acknowledge us some more.
You know,
Like, just accept that, us women, we use our brains more.
Yes.
We're
We're
smarter than men.
smarter.
Mhm.
So just give us credit, acknowledge us some more, because a lot of men tend to shun women, especially women who they feel like are leaders, because men, they don't want women to lead because, they expect to lead because man is the head of the household.
Yeah.
But in some cases, no. Give us the opportunity to shine. Give us the opportunity to lead,
Mhm.
because we're indeed very smart and very strong. Like, we may not be strong physically, but mentally we are.
Yep. There's
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
about
things
no
men
physically. I'm
can't
strong
handle that we
physically. What y'all
can.
talking about?
Well, I'm not.
I'm strong physically. What's up? I'm saying. There's
Going-
a lot of things. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, just piggybacking from what Nikki said, I feel like we need more respect as
Mhm.
women.
Exactly.
We do a lot.
Yep.
We
True.
carry y'all
Give us
babies.
credit.
A lot of wealthy men are successful because they have a woman
Because they
by
have
their
a
Behind
strong
side.
them.
woman behind them.
Yes. Clap the
Yes.
T.
We
A
are the
strong-
brains. We
Yeah,
are
a
the
strong-
brains. We are the ambition. We are
Mhm.
everything.
I feel like I don't have the home field advantage over here because there's 3 ladies. I feel like I'm being ganged up. They looking at me strong. They all looking at me
Okay,
strong.
one
Click,
question.
click,
But
You
the
don't
thing is,
you
it's
don't
not-
feel you don't feel that way. You don't feel like some men are successful because they have a woman by their side.
It is true.
Okay.
You
Take,
just-
let's
Yeah.
take example as Barack Obama. You see, you have a strong lady right next to him.
Michelle.
So
W.
that's-
Michelle. Yes.
That's something.
Yes.
It's needed. It's
Mm-hmm.
needed in a sense. So, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say. How can I put this? For the female to get more respect,
Woman.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. For the woman to get more respect, yeah, there's a lot that need to change. Basically, you could tell men are so hard headed. We can't really reach to that point of seeing a female that lead.
Woman.
Oh my God.
It's okay. I'm just,
Today,
I'm just.
today yo vin pou mwen mba kon sa t'pase. At the end of the day, yo pa vle enjoy.
He said we coming for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I mean, somebody has to do it.
I
you
know. No, I like
Yeah.
that. I don't have a problem with it, but it's just catching me off guard.
Oh, okay.
But now, since we say we can't multitask, I already forgot what I was about to say. So,
I'm sorry.
so now we're gonna circle back with that one.
Oh my God.
Oh,
He really forgot.
Mine is
He
mine.
really forgot.
Yeah.
The camera's right
I
there.
feel like I'm sweating already, man. The
But also-
pressure is there. The pressure is
Going
there.
back to what you were like saying, I feel like majority of the time, a man just hasn't found that woman that they want to see forever with, that they can
That's true.
that
I would
that
say
that
that.
woman can push them, because based off of everybody's experience, we've interacted with different women, different men in our lifetime, and those type of interactions just didn't want us to be the person that we are today, how we think and how we feel, whatever. But I don't want you to put us, like group us together as a whole, because not all of us are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rooting for y'all. I always root for y'all. I always got y'all backs. Whether y'all don't see it or not. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter if you're my friend, you're my brother, you're an associate, does not matter.
Mhm.
I see a lot of light and beauty within our Black men and men in general too, that others don't necessarily see.
A lot of our Black men are damaged, okay?
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of them
It
have
comes
like
from home.
deep rooted trauma that they
From
need to work
home.
on.
Mhm.
And yes,
Their
from
moms. I
home.
feel like the moms be
Until
too.
a lot of
mm-mm.
them heal, or at least try to heal,
Mhm.
then they'll find that person. Because a lot of them are chasing someone they don't even know who they're chasing.
Mhm.
They're chasing after something that they themselves don't even know, like
Mhm.
what exactly it is that they're chasing after.
Mhm.
And that is one reason why a lot of them like haven't found their person, because they really need to heal,
Mhm.
learn to like love themselves,
Mhm.
learn to like process the stuff that they're going through, and then you'll be able to see people for who they really are.
Mhm.
A lot of people are chasing the imaginary
Mhm.
and not the actual like thing, like the
Yeah.
real thing.
So, what challenges do women still face when trying to enter a leadership position, like in the society, like nowadays?
The challenge of being put down, the challenge of being shut down.
Yeah, I feel like they don't think we as like smart and strong.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, this is a man job. You cannot do it. Listen, I be seeing ladies doing construction work.
Mhm.
I be seeing the CEOs like these are men job, and
So
they're doing it better than the men. No
Yeah,
cap.
So women now have to like try to like prove themselves 10 times more
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm.
men barely have to put the effort out because they're men. But as women, the challenge that we face is actually trying more. Like we have to do it 10 times more to be recognized. And sometimes we do it 10 times more, still not recognized because what?
Yeah.
We're
women
We're
in
women.
a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What do you feel like, why do
Well,
you feel like we face it'd be so much when it comes to us like trying to
it's
get to
it's
certain jobs, certain positions? It's hard for us.
it's technically
Okay, I
society.
like
What
the
you
rum.
see,
It don't taste like gasoline.
No.
it's based on society. We was raised like that. Everything that you see on TV from back then until now, you will see. They will most likely, when it comes to certain jobs, they will put certain people. Like, say, if it comes to nursing, you will see more female, not guys.
Mhm.
When it comes to stuff like labor, you will see more guys, not female. So it have to start with what you see already
Yeah.
from birth. I would
Okay.
say, since you see it, it's normal to you.
Mhm.
Now, when you're older, you think it's normal.
Yeah.
Females shouldn't do this; they should do that. Or guys should only do this because
Mhm.
you're the man, you're the leader, or
Yes.
whatnot. So that's
Yeah.
how that's how
Do you
it
feel
works.
like men should men play a bigger role in speaking up for women
I think
for
so.
gender equality?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. We need
Definitely.
y'all need more
You know what the
backup.
problem is? I'm sorry, and this is for the sassy ones. I feel like men be trying to compare themselves to us.
Ms. Ami.
A
Mhm.
lot of these men nowadays are very sassy. Okay.
Too.
I'm not saying that you should not express your feelings. Of course. Learn to express yourself. You're free to express yourself and express, all of that.
Mhm.
But I feel like this generation of men, they're very sassy. I don't feel like they're manly. I feel like they're too soft. And when I say soft, I'm not talking about like soft as in like expressing themselves, as I
Yeah.
just said. But they're too much in their feminine. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're leaning, it's like they're tilting the scale over
Yeah.
to their feminine.
Yeah.
Any of y'all have a man who's in a relationship in here? I don't got
I'm
one,
in
so
a
if you want me, I'm here.
relationship.
Oh yeah, she in love.
Okay.
She in love.
Okay.
Yeah.
She in love.
You could tell. Look at her.
She's
very
She's
hard.
glowing, okay?
If you see
Cheese
this,
and
you
mouth.
guys
Look
in
at her.
love.
Lighting up over there.
She's
Oh.
in love.
It's
We're
like a little
single
light bulb over here. A little light bulb.
Listen, I'm tired, so if you want me, I'm here. I'm available. Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, how do you set boundaries in your relationship? Well, y'all been in a relationship before, so I'm gonna ask
course.
questions to everybody. How do you set boundaries in a relationship without having to pushing your partner away?
Gotta communicate.
But the thing is, we're not big on communication.
Well, that's
This
when you have
generation.
to. Well, that's when you have to learn or relearn
Exactly.
how to
Mhm.
communicate
I was
because
just
it's
about
really
to say
important that you have to talk to
Learn.
one another. You have to understand.
Yes.
We can't understand each other just by actions. We also have to, hear what they have to say as well. In my relationship, we try to make sure that we are communicating at all levels.
Good.
But also respect plays a big part in it because neither one of us wants to be disrespected. Neither one of us wants to feel small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However, if there's an issue that, one of us doesn't like, it needs to be said because there's something I could be doing that I don't think is wrong. But in their eyes, they
It's
think
wrong.
it's like wrong. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But also not everybody thinks like us. We all have our own brains. We cannot read minds.
Own personality.
I wish I could, but I can't. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? In our own
It
personalities.
will always clash.
It'll always clash.
Always.
Exactly. So the number one thing is communicating. I know communication is like something is like, oh yeah, we know this, but there's levels to it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like they think, oh, I have to absorb this. Oh, I communicate like this. I have to wait and all of
Mhm.
that. And then sometimes when you wait for days and weeks, it's
Mhm.
like it becomes like a pus. It
Right.
it festers up.
Yeah.
And then it builds and it gets bigger than what it actually is. So
Mm.
a lot of people, even though they say communicate, they really don't know how to communicate. Because I feel like if you have an issue, you should address it right there
Yeah.
on hand, like head on. But then a lot of people, they're like, oh, I need time to process it. Because according to them, their brain doesn't work like, some people or ours or mine,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not wired that way. They have to wait days
But
and weeks to process something.
but
It's crazy.
I could say this: if you have to process it, right? Sometimes you don't want to say something that's gonna be foul to the next person in a
Yeah.
sense.
I
So
get
Mhm.
that.
You
So
can't
sometimes
say
you
that.
have to calm down.
you calm down
Sometimes you
before
have to
you,
go down. Yeah,
because
but
you could be angry and start saying some
but
reckless stuff, and
yeah, but don't take too long in doing it.
yeah, too
Because
long
that's
is
when
is
things get
crazy.
yeah. I feel like in relationships you shouldn't go a day. You
Nah,
24 hours is
just few
okay.
hours. Few
Yeah,
hours
yeah,
is
few
Maybe
fine.
hours
if
is
they're
okay.
married.
Not I know what
Yeah.
I'm saying is not,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people go days. I know, but I'm just saying what I feel like it should be.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it shouldn't go beyond 24 hours.
Yeah, that-
Like at the end of the night, you guys have to sleep together. I feel like it should end there. Like try to meet each other halfway. I know sometimes both parties, they think that they are 100% correct. So it's like there's no backing down because I'm right. But then I feel like this is when the whole thing comes in, like meeting each other halfway.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Yeah.
meet each other halfway. And a lot of people have to learn how to communicate. As grown as we are, a lot of us think that we know how to communicate, but we really
We
don't.
don't. It's not just shouting and yelling. Like
Yeah,
you need
we have to learn,
to, yeah.
especially if you're when you're in a relationship and you prioritize that person, you really love that person, you have to put the effort in, like to really learn. A lot of relationship falls apart because people don't have the patience,
Mhm.
and not only patience, they don't love that person enough to do it.
Mhm.
If you don't love that person enough, you're gonna walk away easily.
Yeah.
But if you love that person enough, you're going to fight for it, and you're going to want to change, and you're going to want to grow, you're going to want to learn. Like we're all like still trying to process this thing called life. Like we really don't know where we're going. A lot of times we don't even know what we're doing. But as we get older, as the day goes by, we grow or we try to learn. And it's the same thing with relationships. Like we all have different personalities. So, yes, we're going to clash all the time. But we just have to meet each other halfway in the middle. We have to let go of our pride.
Mhm.
Pride
Mhm.
is a very big word, even though it's
Yeah.
just 5 letters. But this is what hinders a lot of us from actually mending what's broken,
Mhm.
or or what's separating, or to stop it because of our pride and our ego. I
Mhm.
feel like we have to let go of our pride and ego, especially if you love someone. A lot of us have this wall build up. A lot of us
Yeah.
have walls because it stems from trauma mostly.
Mm.
So I feel like if you're in a relationship, a committed relationship with someone that you love, that wall, like it literally has to go.
Mm.
Because if you still have that wall up, the relationship won't go far. It won't go anywhere. You have to be vulnerable in order for it to work. A lot of us fear that
Mhm.
because we feel like, okay, I'm going to be broken. As adults, I feel like we should prioritize healing ourselves
Mhm.
because we all have trauma. I have trauma.
Mhm.
I know what my trauma is. A lot of people don't know what their trauma is. Like a lot of people don't know where their trauma stems from, while some of us do. So I feel like as adults, we need to learn to heal instead of covering the wound, running from what's inside, trying to find it in someone
And
else.
somebody else. I
And
was about to
that's
say
when they really come out and hurt people.
And that's when too. I would say like therapy should come into play too.
Yes,
Therapy,
exactly. I believe.
especially in our
Yes.
culture.
that. Do you
we
believe
don't-
in therapy? Because a lot of men don't believe in therapy.
To be honest,
Let's
Let's just be
rephrase
honest.
that. A lot
Ah,
of black men.
black men, yeah,
Black
we don't.
men. Yeah,
Don't believe
black
in
men
therapy.
don't
I
believe
don't-
in that.
Yes.
I
Would
don't-
you go to therapy?
They classify it as the lady.
If I,
you know,
I
to be
don't
honest.
know
You know, therapy.
you feel like you
is an
need therapy?
investment.
right now.
Do you like in general? Do you feel like you need therapy?
Nah,
He's not
I
gonna
don't.
say yes.
I
No?
don't.
He won't say yes.
Huh? When I'm stressed, I just travel. All right,
Okay.
go somewhere on the beach and,
And
drink some of
again,
those.
and again.
You know what I read?
That's a Band-Aid.
I reposted something on my Instagram the other day. You see how you said you just travel when you
Yeah.
stress? And it was saying that in our 20s, you know, we don't really deal with stuff. We just, you know, let's just book this.
We
let's
put a
do stuff.
Band-Aid on it.
When you turn 30, you got to face yourself.
Exactly.
I'm 30. And I read it. I'm like, this is really true. Because when you're in your 20s, you don't want to deal with that. You're saying, I don't want to deal with this. Like, life is too short. But once you get to 30,
As you get
that's when
older.
all this thing you was trying to avoid is really like,
Yeah.
bro, you got to face
You
me
gotta
at a
face
point
it.
And I
in
think-
your life.
in
And I
life,
think
have
you
to face
really
it.
face it when you start to have children.
Hmm.
That's when you reflect, because you see a reflection of
face it.
yourself, and you see what you're saying and what you're doing and
Yeah.
how you're reacting and how it can affect your own blood, your own flesh and blood.
Well,
you know,
to be honest, I don't have no kids yet.
I mean,
so-
yeah, for sure.
Do you
but
want
I'm
your
just
kids to
saying,
go
like,
through things you went through in your
No,
life?
No, I would not do that.
Okay.
Right?
I 100% think people should do therapy. I've done it.
Yes.
I stuck
I
with it
agree
for
with
3
you
years.
100%.
Even when I think I didn't want to do it or didn't think I should do it. Don't get me wrong. I always tell people, you know, when you do take the steps to look for a therapist, it might take some time, because it took about a year for me to actually open up to mine. But I still stuck with her, you know, because
Okay.
she was very patient with me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and very understanding. But you know, with me, how I dealt with my trauma, I just kind of swept it under the rug. Even as a kid, didn't really talk to anybody about it, didn't want to do anything about it. I prayed about it, yes, but I felt like I just needed to talk about it and figure out different ways on how I should deal with it. You know, a lot of times people don't think about it, but there is science behind these things with our mental state.
Yeah.
There's some type of psychological reasoning for why you're depressed.
Yeah.
And with my therapist, when I was going through an actual depression, like I was diagnosed, she had to walk me through it and explain everything to me as to why I'm feeling what I'm feeling, where it stemmed from, where it come from. And also it gives you a different outlook on life, on how you see it. Me, I looked at my therapist as an investment to my mental health, to my well-being, to my
Yes, I
future.
agree with that.
That's how you're supposed to look at it, not just
W.
somebody
Cassandra.
that's like you're telling your business to. That's
Yeah.
not the point. This
Yeah.
is an actual person who took the time to understand how a person's brain works, how they think, understanding their trauma. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people look at it that way.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? But I did.
Yes.
And I'm glad I did it
Yes.
because I look at life in a
In a
different
different life.
in a different light, in a different perspective. My brain is wired differently. You get what I'm saying? I understand how I'm feeling and where it's coming from. I know when to just keep myself from, you know, adding on to this anger or whatever
Yeah.
into, you know, my relationships or in something else.
Mhm.
It's really important to just have, because not everybody on your team is going to want to listen or going to understand.
That's true.
Exactly.
If you
That's true.
or even
won't.
give you that
Yeah.
this is important, sound advice. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not just any advice, sound. The advice has to be something that relates to you, that you can understand, that actually, you know, can make a positive impact in your life. You get what I'm saying? Someone that's honest, someone that's being, you know, upfront with you, that's telling you what it is. Because in this life, we're often sugar-coated with all the things that we're going through. You know, take a drink, take a shot, you know, oh, it'd be fine. You got this, you know, don't worry about it. God got you. Okay, well, I just want to talk. I just want to see how I could work through it. What I can do better as a human being, as a person in society, so that I don't walk around angry. I don't walk around sad. I don't walk around with a cloud over my head, and then I'm putting clouds on other people's shoulders as well. You know what I'm saying? So think of therapy in that light, not necessarily somebody you just talking to,
So
telling your
basically,
business.
she's saying therapy is an investment. I think all three of
Yeah.
us done it. You could try it too.
Oh,
It's
all three
definitely-
of y'all done it?
And figure out why every time you feel like you have a problem, you have to travel to get over it. Maybe that's a problem right there.
No, I don't have
That's an issue. Why
I feel
can't you
like
just
if
stay home and
if you,
face
if
it?
you really want to start a family,
Mhm.
like later down, you know, in the future, if you really, even if you just want to have kids,
hmm
I think you should really consider it, because you want to break down those barriers
Yeah.
and not, you know,
early.
have those types of
Yes.
characteristics
Because it
or
will
feelings
transfer.
onto
It
you.
will go onto your kids.
Yeah.
Do you
Trust
want to
me, a
get
lot of
married?
people.
Oops.
Do
Do you see yourself being married?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this.
It's
When it
okay.
come to marriage, if it
Mhm.
come, it come for me. If it come.
Can I ask
So
you a
it's not.
question?
Go ahead.
Were your parents married?
If my parents are
Yes. Were they?
no,
Okay.
so, but I have other family members that's still, married
Married?
and together and whatnot.
like-
So,
To be honest with you, I mean, I'm not saying this to say that this is 100% correct, but marriage is taught.
okay, cool.
A lot of us, yes, marriage is taught. A lot of us, like, we don't believe. A lot of us don't believe in marriages, and we're like, okay, what's the difference? And okay, there's no difference. We just love each other. We're gonna live together forever. We're gonna have it. It's not important. Marriage is taught.
I could agree to that. If you're in the environment of that, so you're gonna pass it on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
because-
me,
yeah.
I'm sorry to say, my father was a. Can you dit ça, bousin?
What is that?
Uh-huh.
Mine. He was also that.
Listen, my
I have siblings with
to-
different moms and all that. He been around, so
Yeah, my father got married probably 3 times. My father is horrible.
yeah. So
My father left my mother at home to get married to another woman. Sorry,
we
I
got
didn't
the
mean
same
to laugh.
story, girl. What? But like you said,
He
it's
left her
taught.
at home to go get married to someone else, and then he came back home. He went back.
Going back to what you said,
You
that's
came
taught.
back home to your mom?
That was taught.
She took him back?
He went back the same day after the ceremony ended.
wow, that's different. That's different.
I'm sorry,
You know what? She didn't know it was her sister-in-law, like my father's sister, who told her. She was like, and then he went with his mother. His mother.
Nah, this is crazy.
You know the relationship
And
with the
sister
mother
was
and the
like,
son.
you know
So
what? He went to go get married to come back.
So, y'all, we have to wrap this up.
Oh my
Like,
God, we have so
I'm-
much more to
Yeah, we have so much.
It's so much to
feel
talk
like we're
about.
not even
We have to come
halfway.
back. We have to come back because we really did not
feel like we're
get
not even
everything. Like this was fun.
Mm.
This
was,
was
it was,
fun.
it
Like
was.
I had so
I
much
like
fun.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yes. We
Like-
definitely have to finish this. We have to come back.
W chat.
We have to come back to this one, man.
Yes, y'all. So this is the first episode of 2025. I'm happy to be
Yes.
back.
Let's
with
talk
some
about
new
it.
faces.
Yes.
And yes, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Bravo,
We have more
bravo,
to talk about.
bravo.
You know.
Let's talk
Let's
about
talk
it. man.
about
I
it.
like
Let's
that. I
talk
like that. I
about
like that.
it.
Talk about it.